Give her the old 1-2. The old classic.
Back in the seat.
Old school.
Back in the saddle.
Give him the classic.
Yeah.
I am the only one wearing a.
That is. You got the
The
new
only one representing.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Nerd Age. This is the show where we talk about everything nerdy. My name is Mick. With me, as always, are my co-hosts Josh,
What's up?
Corey, and Jonah.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, guys. I don't know what we're jumping into right away.
We're going to start with some news.
We're going to start with some news. Which button is it?
I don't think there is a news button on there. There's a trailer button.
Oh, epic fail.
But
we'll just play this one.
Yeah, it's just
in a world where people talk about trees.
Yeah,
News.
that was
News. And one trailer. One trailer.
We might as well start with the trailer. Trash. Blast or trash.
Okay.
We got
Now, where's that button?
Venom 3. Venom 3, The Last Dance.
Who would have thought they would have made 3?
I know.
That's impressive.
I mean,
Very committed.
Was anyone aware that they were even filming this movie
I
yet?
was aware just because
Yeah.
I saw Tom Hardy post something like a few months ago.
It
and I was like,
completely
oh.
blindsided me. I was like, oh, yeah, this movie.
Honestly, the first two haven't been that great.
No.
And so
No.
it's kind of like, let's just jump right into the trailer. This seemed like more of the same generic Venom stuff that you're like, okay, I'm getting a little, I mean, I've seen it before, you know.
Yeah.
What are you?
We are Venom. Cookie
You know?
Monster.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Cookie Monster.
Dark
Cookie
Cookie
Monster.
When they start making fun of previous things that they've done in the movies, that's where it's like the humor just is not. The humor was never great in the movies, but now they're just like, oh, let's make fun of ourselves. And it's just-
Self-deprecation's so
Yeah.
funny.
Well, and I just feel like it drives me nuts because Tom Hardy is the big name, right? It's like we always
Yeah.
have to show his face. So there's always these moments where it's like half Venom,
Half and
Tom
half,
Hardy comes
yeah.
out,
Right.
and I'm like,
just leave it Venom.
yeah, just make it. If you're gonna make it Venom,
They're
just
like-
keep it Venom. And then the other thing too is like you've tried to make a villain like a good guy,
Anti-hero.
kind of anti-hero kind of thing. So it's just to me it doesn't fit. The other thing that drives me nuts is these characters don't really make sense if there's not a Spider-Man around. Like it feels like, oh, who's going to be the bad guy this time? Oh, well, the planet of all the Venom symbiotes are coming down. They found you. But
Yeah.
I'm like,
And some scientists.
it feels like you're missing
Well,
the
you're
biggest like Spider-Man.
Piece of the equation
Yeah.
that makes it all interesting.
Yeah,
not
so
there.
it's just I don't know.
Hey, maybe he's showing up. Maybe he's
never know.
actually.
There was.
Has anyone? Yeah.
I think there was a plot leak that described him trying to protect a younger Peter Parker, but that was also the original idea for the Madam Web movie. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Probably not.
But there was nothing in this trailer
No.
suggesting that at all.
DH Tom Holland.
Do you need a DH?
Yeah, if you do.
Andrew
looks 12.
Garfield. It's a de-aged Andrew Garfield.
But in this movie, there's
That'd be more expensive.
I forgive me for pronouncing his name incorrectly. Chewy Ejiofor?
You got
You nailed it. That's sounds
Nailed
good
it.
to me.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Tucci,
He plays
Tucci.
he plays Mordo in the
Yeah.
Doctor Strange movies. He's in this film, but not. I don't think it's connected at all.
Yeah.
But there is that scene from the MCU that he's specifically in,
Yeah.
but he's not that same character.
Yeah, it's weird.
But then there's also the guy that plays the lizard. He's in it too, but he's not
But he's not the lizard?
the lizard.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
He's in this.
Yeah, and
The actor.
they showed him like for a couple seconds. He was like a hippie guy in a
Mick was
van.
like, hey, lizard guy.
Lizard guy.
Maybe that was before he became a doctor and turned into a lizard.
Maybe.
yeah.
How many arms does he have?
Corey, Josh, what do you guys think of this trailer? Was it like it blew you out of the water, right? It was so good.
Like it hurt me. Like a bomb, like a missile hit me. Yeah. No, I mean it's the same stuff. Like there's nothing. They're not rewriting anything. It's the same stuff. So I'm not super stoked for it. Trash.
It was also like I feel like a really long trailer. Like I was
over 3 minutes.
I was watching it and I was
Maybe it
like,
just
oh,
felt long.
we're still going, and none of these plot points seem interesting at all. You know what I mean? Like it just seemed like
Yeah. And I feel like they went back to get like Mrs. Choi or whatever, like in Vegas. Like Oh,
And
we gotta get
that-
here some.
That is the one plot point that looked interesting. Him, Venom dancing with her. I was like, okay, this looks like a great scene.
Now you're talking.
No.
Thank you,
So,
Sony.
Here's my
better.
question, because even the trailer, like, made it seem like Eddie Brock's dying.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be the farewell to this character. Do you guys even care? Like, nothing has been established in the movies before to make you really care about this character. So to me, it just felt like, I mean, I assume there's some fans out there that are going to be emotional about it, but I was like, so? Like, I just feel like the first two movies haven't really done anything, which is a shame because I think Tom Hardy is perfect for the role, but the movies haven't delivered. That it just kind of feels like, I don't care. If he dies, it's like, oh, whatever.
It almost seems like they're like, this needs to happen because it's their third one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to be a trilogy.
Yeah, and that's what happens in the third movie. You have to kill off the main character.
Yeah.
You know?
Every time.
I would have loved to have seen the original first movie with it being a much darker, probably rated R. But I think they did a lot of reshoots and made it more accessible for a wider audience.
Children.
Yeah,
Children.
Again, it's the same thing that Sony decided to be like, let's do all these villains, but they were afraid to make them bad,
Actually villains.
right? It was like Morbius was the same thing. Like, oh, let's make a Morbius movie, but we'll make him the anti-hero and he's kind of the good guy. There's a worse person that he has to kill. Venom, the same thing. Like, he's bad, but he technically only kills bad people, so we're still good. They're probably doing the same thing with Kraven the Hunter. Like, it just feels like all this, like, the opposite side was the Joker, right? Where it was like they didn't try to redeem him. It was like, no, he does bad things. And this is the origin of, like, yeah, he was pushed there by society and stuff like that. But he, at the end of the day, it's like
There's
they
no
weren't
excuse
afraid
for
to
it.
be like, yeah, he did some bad things and he's a bad person. This one, Sony's universe seems to be like, let's not go that route where that's what wish they would have done that. Like, made the first movie like, yeah, Venom's bad. And then in the second one, Spider-Man shows up. And then you have that. But this way, it's like, he feels like more, he's like a little darker Spider-Man because he's still doing good things. He's more misunderstood kind of thing, which doesn't work for me.
In their defense, Venom is multiple times a anti-hero in the comics, but that doesn't make it a good idea. I think he's a much better character when he is a villain and he's directly connected with Spider-Man. I mean, it's so weird that it's completely disconnected when traditionally in the comics, Peter gets the symbiote first and then it goes to Eddie. And then there's this whole, jealousy, hatred.
Parker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a blast, obviously, right?
That's a trash for me. I don't know what button it is, but we're going to go with that one.
Trash.
Oh, ball don't lie.
Trash. That's going to do it for Blaster Trash
Must be
because that's
trash.
the only one we got. The next thing we're going to talk about in the news that dropped this week was Rings of Power is on its way. I think it comes out end of August, which is not very far away. But they released the first kind of look and an article talking about Tom Bombadil. We've talked about this on the podcast, where there should be an end credit scene where he opens up a box and the boots are there, right? Like Thanos. But so we got our first look at
boots?
Tom Bombadil. Didn't have the yellow boots. He had kind of like some mustardy, leathery boots.
And one of the other pictures it looked a little yellow.
But
They ain't yellow, bro.
That's the most important thing.
people are already upset they
Most
didn't have
important
yellow
thing.
boots.
That's the sources of his power, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? I mean, Josh, I know you read the article. I don't know if the other guys did. But what do you think about what they said about kind of their plans for what they... It seems like they have a good grasp of the character and what Tolkien wanted to do. So it seems interesting to put them in there. But what did you guys think about that?
I think the article, they laid out what they're doing pretty clearly, I think. And I agree with what they're saying. Basically, they're like, we're not going to try and explain what he is because Tolkien never explained it.
Yeah.
He basically was just like, yeah, he is basically. And he never explained exactly what it, like people got really deep into like, oh, is it actually this? And, you know, it's actually the god character in Tolkien's universe, Iluvatar.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, no, that's not what it is. He's just a fun guy that I made up and put him in the story, basically.
Just a fun guy.
Yeah,
He's
just a fun
basically
guy.
Andy Bernard in The Office.
Yeah, that's basically Tom Bombadil. Yeah, always singing.
He's always singing.
Didn't he originate from like
Yeah.
a children's book that he wrote for his kids or something?
Yeah, it was like a separate. I think of The Adventures of Tom Bombadil was like a poem, and then he like basically would tell his kids stories about Tom Bombadil.
If you misbehave,
Tom Bombadil's
Bombadil's
gonna
come and he will take you away.
Yeah. And then he basically put him in the Fellowship of the Ring along with the story of the Barrow-wights.
Yeah.
Isn't he like immortal and super powerful and like just a god?
Basically, he like puts the ring on and he's like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah,
See ya.
unaffected. Yeah.
Right, just get rid of that.
Yeah.
I think
was
even
like-
Elrond's like,
It was like a toy to him.
we could
Like,
give it to
was
Tom,
nothing.
but Tom's just going to lose it because he doesn't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Direct quote.
Direct quote.
Yeah, he don't give up.
Tom Bombadil don't give up. Elrond of Rivendell.
Yeah, that's right. But I think it'll be interesting to see how they introduce him.
Like what use will he be in this story? I'm interested by that.
Yeah, I think it'll be. He probably just points them in the right direction, and then
Well, I think
Some fun, mysterious character that
what
kind of
I'm
pushes them
thinking.
forward.
Yeah, I think there's going to be an element where the stranger, Gandalf, Blue Wizard, whatever he's going to be, he's still trying to figure out who he is. Tom Bombadil is going to kind of unlock memories or something. I think with that, like that, he's going to be somebody who interacts with them and then kind of, I don't know, enhances that guy, and then he's kind of just going to be off in his part of the story, and you're not going to see him again. That's what I kind of thinking they're going to do, which is fine.
He's gonna drop some like wisdom,
Yeah, some
line,
knowledge.
and that's it.
You know, with great power
out.
comes great responsibility, something like that. You know?
Yeah, yeah. With great yellow shoes, and then he gives him his real yellow shoes.
yeah,
He's like, I've been saving these for a special occasion.
That's right.
Yeah. Did we talk? We talked about the trailer, right? Last time.
Yeah.
Okay,
We did.
I was just making sure. So yeah, I'm excited for that. We'll see. Obviously, people are already up in arms about wear the yellow boots and make sure he's got the yellow boots or whatever. And I'm like, it's kind of a different. It doesn't need to be the exact
Yes,
like
it
how you
does.
imagine it.
Yes.
So I think what I like about it is he looks like I could see him as that character and fit in that universe. When Peter Jackson did the Hobbits movies, Radagast to me was like way over the top.
Overly
Like,
designed.
overly like the
let's
bird,
put some
the
poop
bird
in his
poop.
face.
That to me just like was over the top, and
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that he seems to be more like he fits in that universe in that world without being like, hey, he's got some really bright yellow boots, and he's like dancing around like,
Bro, if he doesn't look like this, I'm pissed.
he kind of
Okay.
facially. He
Nah,
kinda
man,
does.
look at that. One foot's on the ground.
He's dancing
Hands
That's
around.
what he's
man.
dancing.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
But we'll see. The next thing we're going to talk about, we're going to shift on over to kind of a discussion. Corey's going to kind of lead this discussion because it's a little bit. We've talked about AI a little bit just in our circles with art and that kind of stuff. But Wizards of the Coast, there's kind of a thing that I saw on X that was going around about them looking for an AI kind of like director or someone that would be in charge of using AI in the company. So Corey, I don't know if you want to kind of give us a rundown of it and we can kind of just discuss it.
Yeah, so you posted me some like some tweet basically, and I looked into it more. Everyone is so touchy about AI, and for good reason, because it could become a slippery slope once you let it in, and then once you start using it, everything becomes easier. You get lazy, everything's cheaper, so why not use it? But this job listing from Hasbro, by the way,
Right. Didn't they just buy?
who is the overarching Omega umbrella that owns Wizards of the Coast. But Hasbro owns like a million other IPs. So they're hiring for Hasbro. And specifically, they even mention it in the job listing. It's for their video games. and developing AI for their NPCs and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the fact that they even mention this aspect of and needs to be in tune with the ethical limits of AI kind of raises people's eyebrows of like, well, if it's just for video games, like, why are we like, what is that? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not just for NPCs and quests and developing that kind of stuff. So people are like, well, if they open up that can of worms, what does that lead to? Because they've outspokenly said, we're not using AI art. We're not gonna use AI art for D&D and Magic the Gathering. We're gonna stay away from that. But guess what? Whoopsies! The last book they made for D&D, guess what? A lot of their art looks pretty sus.
Yeah.
And we actually, some people did digging and figured out who was the artist who worked on it, and he is open about using AI in his development process and how he does art. So it's not confirmed that it's all AI art. I actually doubt that it is all AI, but you can tell that there's some AI usage. And right after that book came out, there was a big uproar like, hey, this is AI, blah, blah, blah. You guys said you wouldn't. They made a huge statement of, we are trying to like manage our people because they're going to hire people to make the art for stuff. And they're claiming stupidity and we didn't know. So people don't like that because if you see AI art and you kind of into it a little bit, you can very quickly spot it. Looking at appendages, hands, legs, eyeballs, and just looking at like textures. They like to tile textures. So if it doesn't look unique in every stroke, you're going to start seeing AI art. So anyway, that's the big thing. They got a lot of crap with that one because that was straight up. They broke their promise.
Right.
So that's really what they're talking about is they did layoffs last year in December, and there was a lot of like stuff that maybe could be replaced with AI. And now they're hiring in this one position.
Yeah.
So people aren't happy. People are super suspicious of them for good reason. For good reason. I know that they are developing some game. I can't remember the game, but apparently they're using it for that game that's in development. But what do you guys think?
To me, it's kind of crazy because we've talked about on the podcast, I collect steel books. And a lot of times it's because I like the art. You know, I want a steel book that has like a cool piece of art that I can put on my wall. Like that's that's why I want to collect. I love the movies, but it's like, it's a bonus if it's like, oh, this is like a collector's piece kind of thing. But what's been happening is Warner Brothers has used AI to do the cover art of like re-releases, and people are noticing like, this is really crappy. And they're like, if you look here, you can tell this is AI and they're doing it because they don't have to pay somebody.
Yeah.
Like they just put it. And so to me, that's lame because you're taking away the aspect of someone creating a unique piece of art. Like there's something really cool about that. The other thing too is I do music, and someone sent me the other day, they put these words they had written, and there's this AI thing that you just put in the words and it'll make you a song. And he sent me the song. He's like, this is insane. Like it did this in like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's a complete song. It sounds like something you'd hear on the radio. All it is the lyrics that the person put in, but everything else is AI. And it just makes me, I don't know, it drives me crazy. There's another thing too. You go on the internet and they have this, use your own voice to do music covers.
Yeah.
Right. And so you pay to cover this song. Like, oh, I want to do.
To be fair, that sounds really bad.
Right. But it's still like technically it's
really
your
bad.
voice and that all. And so people are like, oh, this is really cool. Cause now, and I'm just like, it's so crazy to me that you're putting it into a computer and a system and it's just sending it back out.
Yep.
Why are you gatekeeping though? You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I
I
mean,
should be allowed to make a
shouldn't.
song.
It's
I should be allowed to.
It's the next step. Back in the day, Corey and I were, we were hitting the streets hard with our music career. J to the C, we were making our own music.
Yeah.
And then we inspired some people to become DJs, right. And they just kind of started just putting stuff together.
Well, and who knows how many people we
exactly. But I just feel like this is the next step where it's like, you don't have to, like, artists, especially, like, people that do their own art, and then someone is like, oh, I like art, but I'm just going to type in what I want them to do, and the AI is going to do it. It's like, it takes no talent whatsoever. We've talked about this before on the podcast, but specifically in terms of, like, Blizzard, and looking at back in the day when we got Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, and to open up the booklets or the art books and see, like, the illustrators like Metzen and those guys and the stuff they would draw, that I'm just like, man, that just came out from a guy's mind and he drew it all. That's amazing. Now you're just having guys type in some words, and a computer does it. To me, it's like, that's cheap.
Is it?
And it cheapens.
To me,
it cheapens the art of it.
So I'll ask the question. Who's that guy who literally was the mainstream auto-tune guy? T-Pain. So do you think T-Pain's less of an artist because of using auto-tune?
No, I don't. Because
really? Because
he actually has a good voice.
He has actually a really good voice.
So even without the auto-tune,
that doesn't matter.
But he still wrote his songs. He still performed it. So like, to me, it's like the auto-tune was a sound that was, like, really, like, at that time was something new that he was, like, overdoing so that it gave that sound, like, shout I, you could hear it. There's a difference between that, because that was part of his sound. There's a difference between that and kind of just manipulating your voice in the studio so that you're hitting the notes. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I think he used it as, like, this is my sound. I have, like, part of his stage and his whole performance was that. If you're doing that, like Jessica Simpson or lip syncing, that kind of stuff, I think that's garbage. But I think he had, like, an artistic reason for it. That was his sound.
Yeah, I guess more my point is that auto-tune was a tool and an advancement in technology.
Right.
And then he used it in a really cool and creative way. And so just the same way as Google's an amazing invention that we have and we're using, and we are able to learn faster and do research way quicker and have more accurate information sometimes. I'm not saying I support AI, but I think there are parts of AI that are ethical and that improve how your workflow and stuff like that. So how you use it is really important.
I guess that's the difference for me.
Because it is unavoidable.
Because I do think it's okay to, what I think is what ends up happening though is it's a means to save money, to cut corners. Like, we don't have to hire.
But that's what a tool is. That's what a tool is.
Right. But to me, it feels like what you're doing is you're getting rid of creative people. It's the same problem I have with Marvel movies. Like, they've stopped being unique or trying to be creative with stuff, and it's like this.
You're saying they streamlined the creativity out of it.
Can't even talk. And then that's why you get movies that you're like, this seems really familiar. I've seen this before. Sure. Oh, because they've done this 4 or 5 times.
An assembly line, cookie cutter.
Yeah. They don't even let the director direct certain action things. They're like, we'll handle that because we already know how to do it. We already got a crew doing it. That to me is like, that's the negative side of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing with, like, AI in itself is not the problem, right? Because, like, people can use AI for a lot of different things. Like, AI in the broad sense of the term, like ChatGPT, whatever, it can help you streamline things. They can use AI for diagnosing people in hospitals. You know what I mean? Like, that's a function of AI that they can input a bunch of data, spit out a result. That there's nothing wrong with that. Specifically, the problem with the art side of it is that the way that AI trains is just by ingesting everyone's art. It literally just sucks in everyone's art and then it spits something out. So that's where the ethical thing comes in, where it's like people can straight up say, I like this specific artist. We'll say Dan Mumford is an artist that Jonah and I both really like. We have a bunch of his posters. I could start training an AI model to say, give me Dan Mumford's style, but I want this picture. And it literally just steals all of his images on the internet and trains to do that.
Yep.
And then at that point, it's like, well, I don't need Dan Mumford anymore because I can just make whatever I want. Obviously, AI is not to that point where it can do that. Someone has to go in because there's always things that are wonky with it. But that's the part, especially with art, where it's unethical because it's literally just stealing people's images to train something, and then you're like, oh, I don't need you guys anymore. But thanks for all of your data. So Meta, Facebook, and Instagram actually, either they just changed their policy, but they're basically just like, hey, just so you know, we're pulling all your pictures and anything you upload for AI training. And you can't opt out in the US. You can only opt out in the UK. So basically anything that you upload to Instagram or Facebook, they're scraping it and they're using it to train their AI models, which is like, well, that's kind of the world we live in now. But it's like, you can't opt out of it at all. So essentially they're going to be training. So a bunch of artists are like, well, we're just going to leave to this other social media platform because they're not using AI or training AI based off of their art. But it's like the reality of it is like, that's kind of what that's the ultimate goal, right? They're like, we're not going to do that. But it's like, then why don't you just have people opt out? And if they want to opt in, they can. It's like, well, no, that would defeat the purpose of it.
Yeah, I kind of want to speak a little bit to that because I think it is interesting. If, let's say, they take a stance on, let's say Meadows like, we're not going to do that. Someone else is going to do it. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, that's just how it's going. And because of the advancement of technology, it's just accelerated so much, especially with AI. It really comes down to the lawmakers to really put up those fences and those guidelines and those hard laws on it. And they are starting to do a little bit. Like a while ago, they were talking about how you can't copyright AI generated images.
Yeah, you can't.
Because you don't have rights to it. And so, like, for us at Cloud9, we are super adamant. We're all on the same page, our design team and creative team. No AI at all, ever. Because that puts our, first of all, creative integrity is trash. And then also, it puts our company at risk. And I think that's a really stupid thing to do just for quick turnover on something.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask you. You as a graphic designer, how do you, like, because again, on my perspective of being a musician, like it bothers me when someone's like, oh, I made this AI cover or I made this AI music. And you're like, no, you didn't. Like you didn't do anything. How do you feel as someone who makes graphic design, who makes art? How does that, do you have like a negative feeling towards people that use AI?
Well,
like if you see another graphic designer that posts something and you're like, that seems like you used AI to do that.
Yeah. With graphic design, there's too much precision required. Literally my job is to make it perfect, pixel perfect. And so AI is not going to be there for a while. They also can't do text very well yet, but they will.
It's learning.
But yeah, I mean, no, I mean, think about that. I mean, no one's talking about graphic design stuff being skimmed and taken. They're just talking about standard art. Well, graphic design is being ripped as well. Like everything's being ripped.
Yeah.
It's kind of my point is that I'm sorry. And I want to be this guy who's like, yeah, guys, fight the system. You can't, it's inevitable. And I know that sounds like so doomy, but just how people learn from your music and their music and they take it all in and they make their own unique music. They're going to be ingesting everything. Like AI is going to be ingesting everything. But one thing they can't do is innovate. They can't make new things. I mean, they can regurgitate old stuff. So that's the nice thing, at least for me, is I don't think I'm in any danger for another.
You're going to take AI images and make your own stuff out of the AI images. Take that, AI.
So just use AI.
No,
take that.
I mean that is. I mean, Photoshop. Adobe's already kind of delved into that. They have generative AI tools in their systems already. Because guess what? If you're not first, you're last. Kind of a thing. Everyone's going to use it. So anyway, to come back to what were we talking about?
Wizards of Waverly Place.
I think that the worst part to use AI would be in D&D. D&D is the epitome of ultimate human creativity.
Yeah.
And that kind of communication to one another on a very human level. And so to be slapped in the face and have AI, a machine doing that, is really sad. And I understand why people are so angry. It's a place, AI does not belong there.
Well, I kind of see it this way. It's kind of like you guys have your D&D group, and you always talk about how Bree spends a ton of time making the story, doing all this stuff, right? It's kind of if she was just like, oh, I'm just going to kind of have AI make the story, or, ChatGPT do this, this is what I want to happen, and you do that. I feel like the special aspect of it is that you're going through kind of like scenarios and a story that was developed by someone in your group, right? It's their kind of. Yeah, so I just feel like that makes it special, right? Instead of being like, oh, I'm just gonna kind of type this in.
Which, by the way, to be fair, there are adventure books that are written by other people, and they aren't customized for your group. And so you are playing someone else's work, but guess what? They got paid for it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. We're talking about more of the morality aspect of it, where it's like the art's amazing, and some of the art that they make is really cool. And actually, I'm in support of AI, where if you opt in as an artist and you say, hey, I'm going to sell you my work and you can learn off my work, boom, we're okay. We're in the clear because they said that's okay and they got paid for it. But when they're not paying the artist for it, that's where I draw the line. So that's my personal stance on it.
Makes sense.
I know there are some people who draw it even before that. They think it shouldn't even be in the discussion. Kill it all kind of a thing. But I don't know. It's they need to be careful, Hasbro. Yeah. I can see where AI in video games could be an amazing tool.
Yeah.
And I think it will get there where it's like, imagine like playing Zelda, and when you go into the game and you get this quest from a guy, but because of what you were wearing or what decisions you made, you have a 1 out of 1 unique quest that he's created for you because he's an adaptive AI quest giver. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like that's a cool that intellect for an NPC to give you this super unique quest. That was where I want AI to take us, where it's really just more fun for us. But yeah,
until the AI shows up at your house and murders
he's like,
your whole
I got
family.
a quest for you. Dodge this. Bang.
So it begins. That's going to do it for our news. We're going to jump in to the next part of the show. Star Wars: The Acolyte premieres tomorrow, June 4th.
Is it technically
6
is it tonight at midnight or
No, premieres tomorrow.
It'll be today.
6,
when
I think
it'll be today when this podcast comes live.
Yes.
So
Tuesday.
So
Comes out Tuesday at 6?
Yes.
today.
Tuesday at 6.
Today, dude.
Right now.
Today.
I'm going to watch it right now. I'm going to pull up my
Yeah, you finna watch it.
Disney.
But we normally do with live action Star Wars shows, we do our predictions. I think Corey won last.
Tied with me.
I won last.
Yeah.
Oh, Mick won last.
Because I got the trophy.
Yeah, he got
he
the,
did get the
Darth
trophy.
Maul.
We tied on something, didn't we?
Yeah, the one before I think
one
you
before,
guys
I think
tied.
we tied.
I think Josh and I have always lost.
Well,
Part of me, I mean, I
like
go
the-
for broke, you know?
You shoot for the
I
moon.
reach for the stars.
But so how the game is played, you can follow
We gotta
along
pick out
at
a new
home.
trophy.
Yeah. I was just going to tell you that.
I've got 20 questions, and this is not based on any information. Well, some information, but not anything like spoilery. 20 questions. We're each going to answer if we think this is going to happen in the show. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, you get a point subtracted. So shooting for the moon and going crazy is not the best strategy here.
Correct.
But I can't help myself. So I've got 20. We'll just go kind of in a different order so that the same person doesn't always answer first. Some of these questions, if they're stupid, I'm sorry. I just did them today. So
Oh my God.
you can yell at me later. The first
Why
one.
didn't you have ChatGPT?
I know I should have. The first one that we're going to do, the Acolyte takes place 100 years before the Phantom Menace. Okay, so this is during the High Republic. So my first question is, will Yoda make an appearance? He's around. And that time, will we see Yoda in any of these episodes? Corey, we're starting with you first.
Yes.
Can I clarify?
No, don't clarify
What do you
because you
mean?
want it as general as possible. You don't
Well,
want to
no,
make
but
it
I want to say
specific.
like we have to actually see him, or what about a mention?
You have to see him.
a physical or
It has to be-
or it can be
Hologram.
hologram.
It can be hologram or physical, but
It has to be
they can't-
proof.
They
If I
can't say, "Hey, Master Yoda's looking for you." No,
Ah, really?
It has
Come
to
on,
be.
dog.
No.
Come on, dog.
He's in the
Has to-
show?
I want
He's in the
that.
show?
I want a
wait,
physical
Come on,
appearance.
dog. No.
If I see
Come
a
on, dog.
green ear in the background,
Yeah.
can I say that's Yoda?
Yeah.
It has to be.
Get it in there.
It has.
You have to know
It
it-
has
you have to know
be
it's
like
Yoda.
that's
How many
100%.
Yoda ears
That's
are
Yoda.
there?
Okay.
There's Yaddle's probably still there.
Yeah,
too.
but they don't got the same ears, bro.
Okay.
So Corey,
I'll match
Yoda,
up a pic. I'll match up a pic of his ear, dude, and I'll
Yeah,
put it
dude.
on there. I'll
physical appearance of Yoda.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, Corey's a yes. Josh,
Yeah, let's do it.
Come on, dog.
Lock in.
I've got some leaks, and I've got an inkling.
Josh said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put me down for a yes.
Mick,
Yes.
Yeah.
yes. I'm gonna play the safe game,
Okay, he wants to win.
and I'm gonna go with a no.
Loser.
You're betraying
I'm
your
sorry, guys.
Come on,
who
bro.
you are.
It won't last long. That was the first
Okay.
question.
All right.
May is the name of the main character, the girl from Hunger Games, Rue. There's rumors that in one of the trailers recently, she's like saying like it's not me or whatever, or it's a mistake. So some people are theorizing that she has a twin.
Yes.
So the twin's doing the
Yes.
bad thing. So Corey,
Yes.
we're already starting with Corey's.
I'll just go
yes.
first every time, baby.
Okay, Corey's a yes. Josh.
I think it's likely there's a twin
And
situation
let me tell you
happening.
why. Okay. In the Acolyte logo, in the animation,
Double O's.
it looks like two eclipses happening at the same time.
Okay.
That's
Don't give him free info, Josh.
I
said, yeah,
selling
lock
it.
me
I'm
in.
trying to sell it.
Mick.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
I'm going with a yes as well.
And it's like
Sold
eclipse. It's
me.
like light versus dark. It's got this cool
yeah.
symbolism, I think.
It's too good.
Okay, Josh, we're going with you on this one.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my
Yes for Josh.
say yes. to everything.
Plagueis.
No.
Mentioned.
mention.
Now he's mentioned.
A mention of Plagueis. We don't have to see him. At the end of the series, they're like, here, I want you to meet my friend, Plagueis. And it cuts
John
to black.
Plagueis.
It doesn't have to be that Plagueis. It could be any
Any
Plagueis.
Plagueis. Oh my gosh.
If we do see him, it still counts though.
Yeah. I mean, if you
I was
You said you have to mention
It
him.
has to be.
Okay.
You can't play the
Play the name.
Okay, so even if we see him, they have to say his name. Then it has to be a mention.
Yeah, because if we look, no one's
because-
gonna know. We don't know what model
All right.
they're going
Okay.
for Plagueis.
So if he
True.
shows up, they have
doesn't
to
count.
say the name Plagueis.
if they type it
Okay.
out underneath them, cool.
and if they pronounce it
subtitles.
Plagius,
Subtitles.
that also counts.
Subtitles count also.
Subtitles count as well.
Plagueis breathes.
Yeah, yes, that counts.
there we go.
That
Yeah,
counts.
okay,
That
yeah,
Plagueis mentioned.
Heavy
Yes.
Okay.
Plagueis breathing. Get me in there too.
Nah, dude.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I'm not going with it.
Well, see, on the logo, there's that. No, sorry.
Yeah,
So Josh is a no.
yeah. I think it'd be cool.
in the
Mick?
in the background with the space, it actually says immortality, and it's like it looks like Plagueis' face.
I want to say yes because I feel like everything that's
my
surrounding Star Wars right now is all about how Palpatine returns eventually, and it's all about Palpatine. I feel like this is that missing piece from like the other side
Talk
of
yourself into it,
of
baby.
the timeline.
We see
Because
I'm gonna be pissed if it's first thing he's like, "Hi, I'm Darth Plagueis.
I have a
I'd
story
like to
to
tell you.
tell.
I'd like to tell you a story."
It's a dude, and he's like,
I bet you're wondering how I got here.
gosh, dang it.
Yes, Mick?
I'm going yes.
Okay.
All right, do it. Yes.
I'm going yes as well. I've said that I think it's going to end with the reveal that the Acolyte or whatever is working for, or it's going to be the introduction of Plagueis, and we're going to get the story of. So
Darth Plagueis the one.
that'd be cool. Corey,
Nah.
and no for Corey. All right.
No, it was a
H.
In one of the trailers, in the first trailer, we see the bad guy, the villain, kind of standing on this rock. There's a little lake there thing or a pool of water. It really looks like Octo from The Last Jedi. Do you guys think we will see Octo,
the planet?
the planet where the first Jedi temple was?
Ooh.
It seems from the trailer, it looks like they're at the spot where there's the dark side hole that Rey falls in. So, will we
Do you see a little gravesite? Is there a little?
man, this is my glory days, bro. So, Mick,
Missed opportunity, by the way.
Man,
They really messed it up.
it would make a lot of sense for it to show.
Everything's lining up the way you're talking, Jonah.
Do I have to go first?
Death Plagueis.
it's your turn.
Yeah, bro. You want me to go? I can go.
No, I'm not scared.
No.
I can do it.
I can do it. I'm not scared.
I'm gonna go no.
No, I'm going yes.
We only got 6 episodes, right?
I
I think we only got 6, boys.
think there's more than that. I think there's 8. Isn't there 8?
I hope there's 8.
Pretty sure it's 6, boys.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna say no. No,
Now,
Octo.
next question: how many episodes?
Yeah, let me look it up. Let me look it up.
So, because we've got Octo, will we see a Porg?
I'm already locked in on no because I said no Octo.
Okay, only native to
There's
Octo?
8. There's 8.
8. I'm going.
All these 6 good episodes, you know.
I'm going. If you're going Octo, you got to see a Porg. So I'm
You
going.
see those little nun aliens that were like had a wheelbarrow?
Yeah.
You see them too?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I'm going yes on mine. Corey,
Nah.
Porg.
No, thank you.
See, this is where I start losing because I go yes on stupid things.
That was a really dumb thing to say. Yeah, it was.
Porg.
It's such a dumb. It's such a high risk, low reward thing. Like, what's the reward? No one
We'll
cares.
see. Josh, no?
No, I'm
And
gonna
Mick,
Like,
you're
a
a
Porg
no.
was like the next R2D2.
Yeah, I'm a no.
Okay.
It'd be crazy if they showed a Porg like somewhere else though. That'd be pretty nuts.
All right. You're
Like it starts with Plagueis
that
and
would
there's
be
one on his
crazy.
shoulder.
That'd be
Corey, we're back with you.
Yeah. What up?
You can think back to trailers you've seen. Okay.
I don't have a good memory. My disadvantage.
Over 7 different color lightsabers appear in the 8 episodes.
Over 7?
Over 7. So it can't be 7. It's got to be 8. If 7 appear,
Can you remind me what the colors are?
I mean, we've already seen red. We've already seen blue and green.
Red, blue, green. We've seen orange.
Okay.
We've seen yellow.
in the trailers.
No, we saw an orange-ish one, right? In the trailer?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
think there was like a yellowish one.
There was a yellow one.
I'm going to use my one abstain. You go first.
Me?
Yeah.
It's not my turn. Josh would be able to go
okay.
first. I went first on the Porg.
I'm going to use my one abstain.
Hold on.
I just made that up now. So in Acolyte, just how many total color
In the 8
lightsabers?
yes.
I mean, the yellow lightsabers are going to be more prominent for sure, right? Because of the guards. Or no, the guards won't. Well, yeah.
Under
no.
7? You're saying?
Yeah.
Over 7. There has to be 8.
So you're just saying, okay.
I'm saying okay.
I'm saying-
yeah, I'm
you've
under
already
as well.
seen in
Yeah,
the-
I'm
in
I'm
the-
taking the under.
Yeah,
in the
I'm
taking the
under.
under.
as well. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm taking the under.
Yeah, under.
Even if it's like a different shade of blue, like
It has to be a different color, like that
yeah,
you
like
can see.
everyone would agree on it.
Like it can still be a blue, but maybe it's like a teal as opposed to
Yeah,
a blue.
but you know that like some of the lightsabers, like red and like really
That's true.
dark orange, they're still called red according to Dave.
yeah, like
Filoni.
I would say this and this is blue, but they're different.
Well, so here's the
That's
thing:
teal.
the
Yeah,
orange
those
ones,
are different
the
than
orange ones that you're talking about are the ones from like
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
But he said there's a reason why they're orange. So technically, that's a different color than the red lightsabers.
Oh, I thought he called them red.
No, he called them. He said there's a reason why they're orange.
Okay, I'm gonna say no.
Whatever. I'm gonna say. I mean, I'm still
I'm gonna
saying
say
that.
So
Under? Under.
But
I can't even think.
unless
of
Dave
8
Filoni
different
talks
colors.
about it, I ain't taking.
What if there's one rainbow?
Yeah, all the
lightsaber?
colors.
Still,
There
just,
might be.
still just one. Still one light.
I'm saying yes. We're gonna see 8 different colors.
8 different colors. I can't wait to
Minimum.
freeze frame these and be like, that's
Well,
not
the same.
let's just
another
talk-
blue.
This is just at
Now
night.
that
This
we
is just
can't
at daytime.
go back. We can't go back.
What? What does that mean?
Well, you guys already put your answers in. I'm going to say why I think there's an opportunity to get 8. We already see green. We already saw blue in the trailers. We saw red. We saw the yellow. I think you can get a white lightsaber. I think there might be a black lightsaber around there somewhere.
A black lightsaber.
There's a purple lightsaber we've already seen, the light whip that they've got. So that's
haven't
already
seen that.
that's already at 7. So I just need one more color that's like a unique
need
color
a
to
black.
make me
No, you
8.
definitely made up 2.
I'm just saying, like,
You made
All
up,
I
you
need
said,
is one.
I can see white. It's like, all right.
Ahsoka has
black.
white lightsabers.
no one has a black lightsaber.
The dark saber.
They're just gonna throw that in there. Nah, no,
As
no,
long
no.
as we see it,
He's done, dude. He's done.
Sounds good,
That's
buddy.
an easy 1 point
Easy
for me.
win. Easy clap.
Mention. This is a mention.
Okay.
Here we go again.
Darth Bane.
What if we see him?
This is a mention.
Do you think you're getting lore from Sith, even though it's not called Sith? Like,
It's an acolyte. It's the first Sith that shows up in so many years.
talking to his other Sith buddy.
Mix first.
Can I use my abstain?
Yes, I just made it up.
I
So
don't,
yes, you can.
I don't care. I'll go first. Yeah. Give me a Dark Bane reference.
Okay. Mick, you are back on the
Well,
chopping
And
block.
that counts if
Well,
they're
no.
like, oh, he was the bane of everything. That counts.
No, it doesn't.
Mention. No. That's a mention of Bane.
He has to say the Darth Bane.
no.
What should we
The
call
Darth
this
Bane
guy?
of-
He was my bane. And
Yeah.
oh man,
No, Mick, if you abstain, it goes to Jonah.
that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Jonah has to answer.
Try to cheat.
Yes.
Correct.
I'm telling you guys, I'm losing this. Hopefully, don't make a cool trophy, okay? Corey, what about you?
We're going to make it better every time. Darth Bane. Nah.
Okay. Mick, back to you. You've ran out
I know he's. Yeah.
He's disappointed.
You've ran out of your times.
I'm going nah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The character in Dara is Carrie-Anne Moss, Trinity, in the trailers.
Did she actually die at the end of Matrix, or was she? Oh,
That's not the
we're not talking
question.
about Matrix. Sorry, go ahead.
Will she?
He looked at me.
Will she die?
Yeah, and Neo will come in and reach in and just pump her heart.
In the first episode.
Save some money. Yeah, nice.
No, I'm just saying,
Good
like,
strat.
oh, I guess I can tell you. I mean, this is. It
looks like there's flashbacks.
From what I know, from the story, it's
Well, what do you
Jedi
know?
are being murdered and they're trying to
Well,
figure
what do
out
you
what's
know?
going on. The only scenes we've seen with her in the trailers are her fighting this May for the first time. So my idea is she gets killed and that's what starts this whole investigation. But the question is, because I think it's pretty clear she dies at some point in the series.
Spoilers.
But that's just my deduction. But she has to die at the end of in the first episode. Like we see her death in the first episode. There can be flashbacks. She can show up later, but the actual murder of her has to happen in the first episode. Remember,
What if she dies
it's
by
a
accident?
2-episode premiere tomorrow. So it has to be during the,
the
first
first
one,
half.
not the second.
So I'll say no on this.
Okay.
But
so,
it has to be a murder. Like she can't.
She has
like,
to die.
Slip and bump
okay.
her head.
Yeah,
okay.
that can happen.
Let
Yeah,
me give
yeah.
you the. What if they fight? It goes to black. We don't know what happens, and then we find out she dies in the second episode. Does that still count?
No.
It does
But when
if
did she
you
die?
see her killed.
What if she doesn't? What if
Say
we
she
don't see
stabs
her
her in the
get
neck and
killed?
she goes and she falls. But then in the next episode, like the Jedi comes in and is like, looks like she was murdered. We know she died in the first one.
Hey, it looks
No.
like we got a murder
He'd
here.
have to say
She can't have it.
No, he'd have to say. Looks like she was murdered in the first episode.
You guys know, right? Like we see her death in the first episode.
I hope it's like CSI Miami.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
walks
Bum,
in and he's like, looks like she got her throat slit. Or I don't know, you know.
Yeah, some funny.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that.
You gotta think of a good
It's gonna be like that.
pun.
Yeah.
Star Wars pun.
What say you, Choop?
Looks like the bounty hunter was fet up.
Exactly.
Even though he didn't exist, hasn't existed
Hey.
yet. That's crazy.
Family name. The Fets are very notorious.
Are you gonna decide?
Bro.
I have to go first?
Bro. Yeah, no,
Oh, it's my turn.
You went.
He skipped. He
No,
yeah, but
it's your turn.
It's your turn.
You said yes.
Yeah. You
Right?
said yes?
You said she's dying in the first episode.
I'm saying yes. I think she dies in the
I'm
first one.
saying no. You're saying
Yes.
No.
Hey,
That's a tough one.
that's a tough one.
I told you guys.
That's a good job, Jonah. That's a good question.
All right. Kel Naka is the Wookiee Jedi. Okay. We all saw him in the trailers. Played by Eunice Swatamu, who plays Chewie in the recent ones. Will we see him rip off an arm or a leg in the series?
Does it count if he uses the Force to do it?
The arm has to come off.
Doesn't matter how.
if he uses the Force,
No light. It can't be a lightsaber. It has to be either the Force or he tears someone's limb off.
Is that the Jedi way?
Well, I mean, but Wookiees do it.
Wookiees are notorious for doing it.
It's me, right?
Yes.
No. Because I'm not.
It's me, right?
It's me.
No.
Man, it would be cool to see though.
All right, Shoop, yours.
I said no.
Oh, you said no.
I
Sorry.
said no.
Would be cool.
It would be cool.
Wouldn't that be
It
cool?
would be cool.
For sure, it'd be cool. And then have the little jelly there. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
John's gonna say
Literally looks like jelly. It's so funny. Homies.
See, this is an opportunity to
It's
get a point
not.
on all of
Yeah.
it. It's a swing. I'm going to say yes.
Gonna swing the other
I'm going
way,
to say yes because it's Legends of the Wookiees do it. It had to start somewhere, right? When did people start saying like Wookiees are taking people's arms off?
You only got one Wookiee, dude. You got
I'm sorry, guys.
chances
I gotta
are
go.
so low.
All right. Soul is the character, the main character. He's the guy from Squid Game. That's his name. Does he die at the end of this? At some point in the series, does he make it out, or does he die? Corey, does he die?
It's
Yes,
Josh, does he die?
Nice try,
he
though.
makes it out, and he's gonna be making out. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, I'm going to put you as a yes and making out.
Bonus point.
Okay?
Bonus point making out with someone.
Mick.
Ooh. I'm gonna go no.
He dead?
He dead. He dead, boy.
I'm going he dies as well. Soul dies. Wait, hold on.
I love it.
I'm going Soul dies, so Mick's going he dies. I get it. I got it backwards.
Oh my gosh, how can we even trust this man?
But Josh put making out, so I went yes.
Yeah.
So Josh is a
And
no. Soul does not die. Corey, yes or no?
No, he doesn't die.
He doesn't die. No. Okay. Hey, we're pretty like split on these. I like this. I like this.
It stressed me out.
Do we, if we see a Jedi,
Nothing's on the line, Mick.
a Jedi, this doesn't count to be the main character because obviously she's the Acolyte. Do we see any other Jedi go to the dark side? It could be any of the characters that we've seen in the trailers, like at some point, or there's a switch where they've been.
Okay, so if they've already been, if we see them as a Jedi and then we find
If
out
we
later,
see
oh,
the
you've
turn.
been a Sith.
If we see the turn of them being originally light to then going to a dark side.
Sorry. No.
This is what I'm saying though. We've got like 8 Jedi, right? And he's like, yeah, we all homies. And then one's like, yeah, actually, I'm bad. Does that count? Because they became a Sith and we saw them as a Jedi first.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But
Okay.
it can't be like, yo, remember when I turned to the dark side 10 years ago before? You know what I mean?
It has to be like one of the characters that we see as a Jedi. And then
But he
at
was,
some
the
point,
person was a Jedi. But he's like, yo, I used to be a Jedi.
I guess like
That's a good
does
question.
I'm
it,
just asking
does
to
it count?
clarify,
Does it
that's
count
all.
if he's like I'm undercover as a Jedi
Yo.
and then he's
CSI.
actually a Sith, or is it like he's legitimately a good guy and
this
he
is what
takes some dark juju?
where the question comes from. The characters I'm thinking, because there's like 5 or 6 of those of the Jedi, right, that are introduced that are going after this guy. If one of them that we think is a Jedi ends up being in the dark side, that's what I'm thinking. Like, so we see either the turn where he decides to go like Anakin from the light side to the dark side, or it's the whole twist of like, oh,
he was actually
you thought
bad.
I was good,
Yeah.
but I'm bad the whole time. That would still count. One of those Jedi that we've seen.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it has to be like a clear, like, he was good or we thought he was good, and then there's the
now he
reveal
bad.
that he was bad. Exactly. Does that make
What
sense?
if I knew he was bad all along?
Oh,
See, I don't like the question. I think it's Mick.
I'm going to go yes.
Oh, a little spicy.
I'm doing yes.
I like it. That's good.
Sprinkle
Mick.
the spice.
Good.
I'm going with a yes as well. Because I feel like this is, if we're talking Law and Order, there's always a whole like, man, this guy's the good
we're
guy.
talking
And then at the end-
Scooby Doo. You're talking Scooby Doo, dude.
Well, okay, all right.
Okay.
I feel like you also have some young, impressionable minds among those
Yeah.
characters. I feel like it's
Exactly.
highly possible.
Corey.
The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking yes. Because it's like, well, how does the dark side grow
Exactly.
if not turning other people to it?
Exactly.
So I'll say yes.
sorry. Another clarifying question. You said just dark side, right? Not Sith specifically.
Yeah, dark
Okay,
side.
just dark side.
Just say yes.
Yes.
Bro. And then,
Oh,
then
man.
it's
Then-
safe. Then it's
yeah,
safe.
it's safe.
Yeah.
Is that an all four
Over-
yes?
All
It's all
four, yes.
four.
All right.
It's a wash.
That's
going-
I mean, not a smash.
We're going down
What's it
together,
called?
boys.
It's a blast.
All right. Am I next on this one?
That's what I said.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, I can't talk. This is another over-under.
Okay.
Over has to be more than 5. Over 5 Sith Lords referenced.
That's crazy. Are there
Including
even more
Bane?
than like 3
Yeah.
that we
In the whole
that's-
history,
That's
yes.
even like no, I mean like that's even like popular enough to
Yeah,
like common
so.
knowledge.
Plus, they can also just make up whatever the heck
Yeah.
they want.
Darth a pluribus.
Okay, go ahead.
Darth Scrimmel Scrimmels.
I'm going, yes. Shocker, guys. I'm shocked. You know, this is the problem
Bro.
of me making these questions because I'm like, that sounds cool. That's why I always lose this. Next live action, someone else is giving the questions and maybe gives me a chance. Corey.
Jonah, what do you think I'm gonna say? No.
Corey's saying no. Josh.
I mean, I already said yes to Darth Bane. That's just
And Plagueis.
No, I didn't.
You didn't say yes to the reference, even if it's a subtitle?
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
Well, that's 2. I'm already there at 2. All I would need
What's
is 3
4 more? I'm going to say yes. Because we're clearly going to get a library scene where he's like, oh, these are the Darths. Let me just list them
Let
off.
me name them off. You guys are like-
Alphabetical order
You guys are
Darth.
just sitting there.
yeah.
One more. Yeah.
What if he stops right at 4?
Right at 4.
Like, oh, that'd be funny.
He like starts reading and they interrupt him.
You're like, say the name. Mick.
Yes or no. Yes or no.
The more I think about it, it's
So wait a minute. Would there be a
Crazy.
discrepancy because I said no to Bane, but if he's mentioned as
You don't
one
get
of
the
the
point for
5,
Bane, but if
but I
he's
still
mentioned
get
as,
the okay.
yeah, because you said no on
Okay.
the Bane.
yeah.
Okay.
If you said yes, it's double point, bro.
Double point, bro.
Just it has to be just a
Yeah.
mention.
He's
Listen
like,
to your
hey,
heart.
the other day I was listening to this great band. It's called Darth Sidious and,
And the 5.
and the 5 and the
the
5.
Here's their
Siths.
names.
It's like the bassist named Darth Revan.
Did we see multiple red lightsabers already
No.
in the trailer, or was it just one?
Just one.
Just one.
I'm
you
banking-
said mention
I'm-
5.
I'm
Darths.
banking on an episode where like, let's go back in the history of the Sith. What
Yeah.
does red lightsabers mean? Well, Darth Nihilus was this version, and they
Yeah,
go,
yeah. And they got
Okay, yes.
Darth and Nihilist. That's really funny.
okay, make it a yes.
What if they're just like, there have been 5.
They have
Sith
to say,
Lords.
they have to
Darth
reference them.
hatred.
He mentioned 5.
All right. In one of the trailers, we see a character with a light whip.
Yeah.
So it's a
Is that the
lightsaber,
purple
but it's
one?
a whip. Yes.
Okay.
The light whip severs something. So either a hand, an arm, a head.
Tree branch.
It has to be a person. It has to be something from a living. It could be an animal,
Trees are
a leg off of an alien. But it,
Don't know. Life isn't everything. It's
are we gonna see the light whip cut something?
What? Yeah.
Does it
That's
count
not
if it-
even hard.
Does it count if it
Make
cuts
it
through the
harder.
air?
Make it
No,
harder.
it has
Has
to
to
be
be-
like
it
a
has to be a
person.
limb.
It has to be a
Oh,
limb.
body part.
Like a head, a
You just said
hand, an
something.
arm, a leg,
Like my light whip doesn't work.
Corey.
Yeah.
Okay, light whip action. Josh,
It's going to cut a limb.
Oh, it has to be a body part.
a body part.
Oh,
It can't just be like a
but
tree
it's
or
well
something.
wielded by a Jedi, right?
Does it count if it's a droid?
Oh man,
No, not a droid. It has to be living. It can be an animal, like it can be an alien or something that, like an animal that comes in and she
Kawampa.
cuts the head off.
Well, it could be no.
A wing, but it has to be like
Wing of a ship?
no, a wing of a bat.
bat?
A bat animal. A COVID animal.
I'm going to say no.
No.
No severage.
Mick.
So many rules with this whip.
Has to be living. Has to be living.
Yeah, if it's a Jedi wielding it, they're not cutting people up.
Maybe they are.
They aren't. They're like disarming. Wow, whip is super crazy though. That's tough.
Mick doesn't like.
Cool
We
to
need
see.
your answer.
We've never seen anything
We
like
need
that.
your answer, Mick.
No, I don't know what my answer is. I'm
Yeah.
going to say yes.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm doing
I'm
it, boys.
going yes as well.
I think it's no, but I'm gonna stick.
The
to
only
yes.
reason I'm saying yes is because we've never seen
Yeah,
a whip.
Yeah, but bro,
Exactly.
it's Disney,
Exactly.
bro.
They'll do anything.
They ain't slicing arms off.
Question number 14.
I wish they
Are we
did.
going to see a Sith holocron?
I thought you were gonna say something else. That was gonna.
Who was first?
I
on
was
this one?
first, so now shoot.
Sith
Sith
holocron.
holocron. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Mick.
Seems plausible. Jeez, dude.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like your answer wanted to come out before you were ready.
Jonah. I'm going.
Yes.
He wants
Yeah,
to say
I'm going yes.
Yeah, just
I'm
say
an
yes.
idiot.
And I'll
Corey.
I'll get the game winner by saying no. No, I was joking. it's a detective story. It's like ish, so it's gonna be yes. Unfortunately,
It's a wash.
yep. Sorry, guys.
Will we see my boy
No, Han Solo. Gosh dang it!
Plo Koon?
Is Plo Koon that
They
old?
lived 300 years.
How old is Plo Koon?
It's literally he'll literally be a boy.
I looked him up and it said he lived around maybe
200
it says that
something?
they were supposed to live 300 years. But
what we got, Josh?
I'm gonna look it up. I don't trust Jonah.
when you look it up, let us all know.
no, I mean,
Actually, no, you can't look it up because then if you look
not?
at when was Plo Koon born, you're gonna figure it out.
Plo Koon was 385 years old.
Okay, so
Dang.
he's around.
He's around.
He's been around for 200 years. At that
But
point.
will he show up?
Smokes.
Is Dave Filoni involved with the show?
He's not.
No,
But he's the
sir.
big boss now. Do you think they're gonna try to impress their boss?
He was like, I like the script, but it needs
Who
more
was that?
Plo
I
Koon.
mixed up, right?
More Plo Koon.
I think. What, am I first?
It's you now.
It's yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, why do I get the hard ones?
Sorry, dude.
Sure, he was like 300 and something.
It said 385.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's old.
So
Yeah. He lived a long
he'd
life.
technically be
Okay.
around. Wait, if they mention him?
Like,
Gosh dang it.
do we have to like know for sure
Oh
that
my
that is
gosh.
Plo Koon?
I mean-
or like if we see someone like him, like
I
feel like if they show
I
him,
feel like if they
I
show a
think it's
guy
him.
in Jedi robes like that, it's like that's Plo.
No.
like no one has a face
We've
like
never
Plo.
seen anyone else
What
like
if it's,
him.
what
Yeah,
if
but
it's twin
it's
brother
years
Flo?
before.
He's like,
Flo
let me
Koon.
tell you a story about it's Jedi Master Flo Koon.
Flo Koon. His cool brother. His cooler older brother.
He died of an overdose.
Oh, yeah, bummer.
Too many dust sticks.
Yeah.
Okay. Heck yeah. I'm going yes, because why not?
Oh,
Corey,
No.
give
I'm
him a
going
no.
down.
That's
I'm going.
crazy.
I'm going down.
Josh.
You gotta think. What's the point?
Plo
What
Koon,
would be
baby.
the point of it?
Fan service, baby.
Yeah, you think this
To get all the
you
Plo
think
Koon
this
fans,
director's
the
doing
Koonies.
fan service? No.
Are you going?
I'm gonna say yes to Plo Koon.
Okay. I think
Give me
Corey,
the points,
Corey
baby.
officially
Give
won
me the
the
points,
game.
baby.
Okay.
Yeah, put it out.
Another over under.
Oh man.
Oh wait, I'm gonna change my answer to yes
On what?
on that last one.
Plo Koon?
Yeah.
Someone's at
I
the
don't
door.
want, I don't want free points.
Over.
That's a free point. So I don't know.
Oh, this is for me. Over under
Okay.
9 Jedi killed.
Boom. Wow. What a question. Minimum. Jonah, you got to say yes on that. There's going to
10
be a massacre,
10
bro.
Jedi killed. I think we can hit 10 Jedi killed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying yes.
Oh, yeah. We're killing more
Over
than
8
that.
Yes.
episodes.
Oh, yeah.
You're going yes?
8 episodes? Bro. Yeah.
Trinity's dying in
Every,
the first one.
that's one. And you know, that's good. That's the whole story is she be
Jedi
killing.
being killed,
She
yeah.
be killing them.
That's why I had to go a high number.
Yeah. I think that's a great.
Josh?
Yeah.
10. 10 have to die. If 9 die, no point. Got to be 10.
Double digits, boy. And each one of them are going to have rainbow colored lightsabers too. Red, purple, green,
Black.
blue, and Jonah's going to be like, yes. Let me see the white one.
I'm going to go over.
Okay, so yes. Mick.
Absolutely.
Oh, another one.
No question.
Let me add to your lightsaber color one. Let's say someone dies and they have the evidence on the ground. You see the color of their crystal.
No,
And it-
you have to see the lightsaber.
It has to be
Ignited?
ignited.
Ignited.
Okay. I was trying to help you out, but all right. All right.
Double-bladed lightsaber.
Oh, cool.
Will we see a double-bladed lightsaber? Now, again, I mentioned she talked about them creating a new lightsaber. So will we see one with 2 blades or light nunchucks?
Well,
Is it-
one?
Is it 2 or over?
Well,
So if there's like a 3-bladed lightsaber, does that count?
No, double-bladed. It's got
It
to
has
be
to be
2.
double.
okay. What about
One lightsaber with 2 blades. It can be
Okay.
coming out a different. It doesn't have to be one here
Well,
and one here.
I
it can
asked
be
that
one side by
because-
side.
Think about our Australian friends. Boomerang lightsaber. And it comes back, and it's like just like an L. It's a double sided.
But if it has like the metal part and one comes out this way and one comes out that way,
Yeah.
it's double.
yeah, but it's a boomerang.
Each one's 2. yeah.
But it's still double.
But that's a new lightsaber.
Put Corey down for a boomerang lightsaber.
Boomerang lightsaber. On his
So
point.
double bladed lightsaber. Sea Dog?
Well, the premise was you said a new. And I,
No. I just added that.
He was
as
just adding it
they
like, oh,
said
just
there's
so
a
you
new
know.
I'm like,
lightsaber.
that might not be new.
No, I'm not saying
okay.
that the new lightsaber is double bladed. I'm just saying there's rumors of a new
So
lightsaber.
we're just saying a lightsaber we haven't seen before.
No. I'm saying
two
a
blades.
lightsaber with 2 blades.
Oh, sure.
Like a Darth Maul saber or
it's
something with 2.
That's a low risk. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Josh.
Does a Kylo Ren lightsaber count?
Yeah, that has 4. Maybe 3. Those are called lightsabers.
I mean, yeah, it's got...
It diverts the lightsaber.
Yeah, it's
Double
got
blades?
double blades.
Okay, I'm going to say yes.
It diverts.
Okay, Mick.
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what? I'll say
He wants to say yes.
yes.
Come on, Jonah. You're not going to
May
win doing that.
the line, may the force be with you, said 4 times or more.
Oh,
Gosh
4
dang it.
times or more.
There's a lot of Jedi.
And that's all they say.
No, but I'm like,
So
okay,
if
when
we're
they
going
go-
over under 10 Jedi murdered,
Yeah.
at least 5 of them have to say, may the force be with you before they die.
Like when they're going out.
Yeah.
may the force be...
Do we have to hear the whole thing?
That doesn't count.
Okay.
And you can't get force be with you. It has said, may the force be with you.
Who's starting?
Josh.
Me or
Under.
So
Under
no.
4?
Josh is saying no.
Yeah.
Under 4?
Mick. Man. Corey's thinking of all the moments they could potentially say
Well,
may the force
there's,
be with you.
there's also some writing psychology behind it, right? And my thought process is, well, if you just say it all the time, it takes the meaning behind it away. It kind of cheapens it. So would they do it more than 4 times? I'm saying no.
What if that's like they're stopping the name of the law thing? Like they kick down a door and they say, "May the force be with you."
I just don't think they would.
I think- no, so Corey's saying a no.
I'm saying no. Yeah.
Okay, Josh, you said no. Mick,
Mick.
4 times.
Yeah, I'll say yes.
Yes.
8 episodes.
Back in the olden days,
Yeah,
they
I'm
say it all
saying
the
yes.
time.
Yeah.
I'm saying yes as well because I feel like there's
Like
going to
saying
be a scene.
dynamite. They don't say it anymore. They used to.
I have a feeling there's going to be a scene where they're walking in the Jedi temple and they go
Force
find
be
that.
with you.
May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. Hey, may the Force be with you all.
And then a whole crowd says it. May the force be with you.
Oh my God, that's over.
It's like, that's 1,000.
Will there be a reference to the Chosen One prophecy?
Hey, good question.
That's a good one.
Jonah, I think you've done a lot better job this time than previous ones. You've done really well.
He's using
And you said
AI
you
for
did
the
it today.
questions.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
Did you use ChatGPT?
No, I didn't.
I'm just joking. Anticipate, yeah.
Who's up?
Is it
You.
me?
I thought it was you. Oh, no, it is
thought
Mick.
she
It is
was
Mick.
you?
It is Mick. It is Mick. It is Mick.
I thought it was with you. Mick, you're up.
Gosh dang it. You know what? With
Just every time.
with everything I said about Palpatine and all that stuff, it's all connected. So I'm saying yes.
Poetry.
Okay.
It rhymes.
Does it?
There's sometimes.
I think there's going to be a reference
I just forgot. What was the reference to?
to the Chosen One.
Chosen
What
One, Chosen
counts
One.
as a reference? Like, does it have to say like chosen one?
He
Blah blah
might
blah
be
blah
the
blah.
chosen
or,
one.
Something about the
like,
prophecy
we're
of the
waiting
chosen
for the
one.
chosen one.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Do they have to say the prophecy, or if they just
No, I mean,
reference the chosen
if they
one?
reference the Chosen One, we know
Chosen
what they're talking
One.
to. Corey?
They have to say the exact words chosen one in any way. Okay.
What about if they say the prophecy about one that brings balance?
That's
Does
the
that
same
count?
thing. Yeah, that's the Chosen One as well. It's the same prophecy.
You've opened it up. I say yes. Thank you so much.
I'm just trying to think of all the ways they
Josh,
described
If they
it.
mention like some vague prophecy, I'm gonna be like, that's clearly
Yeah,
referencing.
the
Obviously, they're
prophecy.
talking about
Yeah.
the one they're expecting.
yes?
No,
No.
chosen one prophecy.
See, that's how you play to win.
And
Okay?
the
Making
final,
stances like that. Selling it, but then
final
going the other way.
question. Final question. Corey, do you want to go first?
Sure.
We will hear the Force theme.
Wow.
The Force theme is kind of tied to Luke
Yeah.
in some ways. Will we see a moment where there's the interdiction of the Force theme?
Interdiction? Crazy, dude.
Introduction.
8 episodes. I'm doing the math in my head.
The question is,
Okay,
do
but
they
here's
want
the thing.
to
Here's the
separate
thing.
themselves
Here's
from...
the thing. Can we count fusions? Half, like,
Yeah, any
If it does
reference,
that-
any
like
quote.
those, like 3, like, but even like a really loose interpretation of that.
It has to be a clear nod
Like
to...
those 3, like those 5 notes. Even though they're
Yes.
like spaced out really far. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It has to be something that we're like they definitely
you
they
can
did
tell,
the Force
right?
theme. Yeah, that's
even if it's like a nod to the Force thing.
If you don't get goosebumps, it doesn't count.
Oh, I got goosebumps, man. Give me my points. Sure.
okay.
Do we know who's doing the music?
No, not John Williams.
No, not John Williams.
Nah.
Okay. And those are the only people who can play those notes
I'm just saying.
ever.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
gonna say 100% yes. We're getting the Force.
Okay.
theme.
Mick.
Yeah.
Goosebumps, bro.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. I'm getting them right
I'm
now.
saying yes too. So it's a wash there too. All right. Those are the 20 questions.
That was hard.
Are you gonna send those to us?
Yeah, I'll send it once I, do them better. I'm just kind of
make
putting
sure-
the yes,
just
no,
make sure
yes,
you
no,
don't-
yes, no.
Change my answers.
Yeah, bro.
I won't.
It's not like we have this
I'm
recorded or anything.
Oh, good call, dude. I'm gonna.
Yeah, if you don't trust me, you can go back and
I'm
record.
gonna go back and do it myself.
That's right.
Yeah. Listen to
Get
all
my
this.
own list.
Are you guys excited for this show? Just before we end the podcast, it comes out tomorrow. The more that I've seen the trailers, the early reactions came out yesterday. Most of the reactions I saw were saying it was really good. I saw one guy that was like, I saw one guy that was saying like, it's not that good.
I
He's
heard
like,
some
Mando's
miz.
better, Ahsoka was better.
Yeah.
But I've heard other people say, watching the first 4 episodes, that they were like, we really enjoyed it. It's probably one of the best live action Star Wars because it feels a little different, but still feels like Star Wars. So the budget is insane. It's like 180 million or
it
something
was
like
Twice
that.
as much as Kenobi or
Twice
something.
as much as Kenobi. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. It should look really good, and the trailers have. It seems like they're using more like sets instead of the volume, which I'm excited for. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you guys excited? What do you guys think?
think
We're
it's-
on the eve of the Acolyte.
I think it's one of those things that's I'll have a low bar of expectation. You know, I'm not expecting anything crazy, and hopefully it is a nice, happy little surprise.
Nice.
I hope so. It's not like I've been like wanting Star Wars lately, but like, hey, I'll accept it whenever I can get it.
Yeah, I feel like it snuck up.
Not
Like
gonna turn-
normally,
Yeah, same.
normally I'd
Yeah,
be like,
same.
"Oh man, Ahsoka comes out." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I was like, "Man, it comes out
We were-
tomorrow."
It
Dang.
snuck up like the Acolyte trying to murder a Jedi.
Yeah, exactly, just like that. I'm excited
They
for
did
it.
it on purpose.
I think it'll be good, and I'm excited to explore a different era.
Yeah,
hopefully,
me
it
too.
opens up more stories that we can tell.
We've asked for that too.
Yeah.
We've been asking for it, and they listen.
A lot of people have.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks, Dave. He's in charge now, so anything that's good, say thank you to Dave. Anything that's bad,
Kathleen
we thank
Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy.
I knew it.
So dumb.
Yeah, she's the worst. Anything else? You guys good? We
You
good?
didn't even ask if Mick was excited for it, dude.
excited?
I'm just waiting.
Are you excited, Mick?
No. I'm not excited.
Nice.
Yeah. I think anything that has to do with like Jedi in their prime is just super fun and cool. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy the prequels is just seeing prime Jedi do their thing. So I think we'll get a lot of that in this show.
And I'm hoping for 8 different colors lightsabers. Let's go!
I can't wait to see Yoda, bro.
We'll see.
I can't wait to
We'll
see Yoda.
It's
So
gonna
wait,
be the best.
you said a boomerang lightsaber. Anybody else have a prediction of like a crazy lightsaber?
I think it's going to be one that they hold. No, that doesn't. Because I was like one that they have and it spins. I was like, they've already done
They
that.
have those.
They do have that.
But I was like, maybe it has
Inquisitors.
multiple.
I'm gonna say Wolverine lightsaber.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Like brass knuckles, but they have like,
It's just like it's basically like half of the
Yeah.
like how the
it's like
Inquisitor ones are like a half moon.
Yeah.
but it's gonna shoot like
it's like
couple out.
the stuff you used to rip up pulled pork.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, the bear
I'm gonna
claws.
say
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
say
exactly
not.
that.
I'm gonna say not blade like a lightsaber, but actually like a disc.
Okay.
Like
So
it's
like
gonna
a
be like
fist
a
weapon
light,
type.
Yeah, like it's
I'm
gonna be
gonna
like
say-
a
Yeah.
We're going to go full
Like a
circle
fan.
here.
Yeah.
There's going to be a character with yellow boots, and they're going to stomp, and blades will come out of the boots.
And there'll be yellow boots. It's
Yeah, like Tom Bombadil.
about dang time to start wearing yellow with pride, you know?
I'm gonna go a hula hoop lightsaber.
No, I think
no one's
I think
mastered how to
nunchucks.
use it yet.
I think
dies.
nunchucks-
They all die every time.
yeah.
nunchuck
I think
lightsaber.
lightsaber nunchucks.
They're like teaching the kids, what lightsaber would you like to choose? And the kid's like, hula hoop sounds
hula hoop
great. Well, see you later, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm just going to say light chucks.
Where do you hold it?
With the force.
Oh,
It just changes. They spin it. Yeah. We'll see. That's gonna do it for our show. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. You can find us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on X. We'll be back next week with our first reaction of the first 2 episodes of The Acolyte, so make sure you come back for that. See y'all later.
see ya.
Bye.